Today, I have the great privilege of speaking with one of our clients who's been working with us for 6 years now, Charisse. And Charisse is a success case, what I'm saying, against all odds. Charisse came to us in 2014. She had already experienced spinal fracture. She was already having this difficult time recovering from a bike accident. She's going to tell us all about that. Also, she had low vitamin D, she had low protein, her pH was low, she had signs of inflammation. She was feeling very unwell, but she took charge of her health and she was able to regain bone health, build bone density, and recover her total health. So, hey, congratulations. It's very nice to have you with us.
Oh, thank you, Susan. It is a blessing to be here and an honor to be a guest on your show.
Well, Charisse, we do work just to help people recover, and you have a great story. So tell us how it was. You tell us when you came. I know you had a fracture, you had this accident. Tell us about what was happening and how you managed your recovery.
Well, it's truly a miracle and a blessing because I never gave up. Yeah. So I had a bicycle accident one day, and I knew it was going to happen, and I couldn't stop it. I know we're in control up to the last nanosecond, and that's all I remembered. And the next thing I knew, I woke up and I was just splattered on the boardwalk. And from there, the next, I would say 10 years of my life were a real struggle and constantly rebuilding. So through that whole process, like, please let me share with you that I was very healthy. I worked out 7 days a week. I ate well. I lived in an environment that was environmentally conscious, meaning no toxins or anything. And it happened to me. Like, this really happened to me where I couldn't take a breath in. It hurt. And I prayed every day and night for years for, for someone to come help me.
So it's many years. Oh yeah. Okay.
Years. And I developed like fibromyalgia and chronic pain. I wrote a book when I couldn't lift a pencil. I couldn't think. And when I started going through all this process of getting better, I learned that I was actually getting worse. Wow. But I never gave up hope because I knew there was a purpose to why I was inflicted with such pain, why I was going through this. And it was so that I could learn and grow to be able to help other women. Because if I didn't understand the pain firsthand, how could I help anyone else? So here I am. And I had the good fortune, or have the good fortune, of being married to a specialty doctor who is also in the practice with numerous others, 20. And I went to them all. My file is like this.
20 doctors. Okay.
No one could help me. When I was finally diagnosed with osteoporosis, they wanted to immediately hook me up to intravenous before I left the facility. And it's one of the best centers around. I don't know in the world, but definitely one of the tops. And I was so scared. When he left the room to get help, I snuck out. I ran out of that building. My heart was racing. I didn't know what I was going to do because I'm not a doctor. I don't take any pills. Even when I was going through what I did, I never took even an aspirin. I was afraid to mask the pain because then we would never get to the root of the problem. I'm a rich girl.
So all those years you suffered, you managed without using drugs. Then they discovered osteoporosis, which was kind of your least of your problems. But you did, and they right away wanted to hook you up to an IV. Your very own husband and all his associates, and you snuck out of the office. Okay, that's pretty good.
Snuck out of the office, and I was still being treated by my one doctor, and holistic doctor, for my whole head and my face and everything, and he literally was inches from me, and he's like, Charisse, I know you. Don't do this. Don't go that direction because you'll break. I write the papers. I write the journals. Please find another way. And I did. And I researched and I learned and I grew and I found you. And you were such an inspirational light to me. And I knew that. And at the time, my husband didn't agree with you. He's like, no. And I'm like, but I knew, I felt it. I knew you were my connection, my missing link.
Yeah, isn't that interesting? Wow.
You asked me questions that no one else asked me. Did you have your pH tested? No, Dr. Brown. Charisse, have you had your hormones tested? No, Dr. Brown. I asked, but nobody heard me. And
Mm-hmm.
he said, you need these tests. Write these down. You must, you must. And you cared about me as a person. And we never met in person.
Well, that's the job, because to help with bone, one has to look at the whole big picture. Like I recall when you came in, you were vitamin D deficient, you were low in protein, your pH was low, and you had a very high bone breakdown. One of the things we always say is, let's find out what's happening. Let's measure the bone breakdown. It was obvious you were losing a lot of bone. You were already 4 years into menopause, so that loss should have slowed down. So we had some markers, and now, like, your bone breakdown marker is great. And in fact, as Charisse will tell us, she's actually gained bone density over these years, which is such a great thing when the average person is losing 1% a year, much less that you came from ill health. You know, that is such the inspiring thing to me is someone who really takes charge. And I love the story that even against your most intimate relationship, saying, you know, you should go the drug route. You said, no, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it naturally.
Yes.
And you've done a great job. So you're feeling very well. You're feeling well on all fronts.
I am so excited because I never thought I'd work again. I had at one point given up my whole interior design practice, everything, and I never thought I was going to work again because I couldn't think. And I was in so much pain and I couldn't breathe. And all these I can't. It wasn't even part of my identity. I hid it for 1 year from all the people I loved, including my husband, my mom, my dad, until my sister saw me crawling down the steps one day. Charisse, what are you doing? I'm like, I couldn't walk. I couldn't stand. And I would pretend that I worked in the garden and I was just like overworked. I hid it from everyone because I was embarrassed. How can I be a person that helps other people live in a home that's beautiful and healthy and inspiring when I can't help myself? So I hid it. But now I know better. I'm wiser. And I don't want to hide it anymore. I want to help women. I want to share my message, because when you truly believe and you find the right people that can help you, miracles happen.
Yeah, and you were diligent. I mean, you did every step of the Better Bones program. You certainly worked to take all the nutrients to work. Well, your diet was always good, but you perfected the nutrients. You corrected, of course, the vitamin D deficiency and the inflammation. And then you went on to get the pH in line. And, you know, we got all the tests to make sure there was no other causes of bone loss, and just persisting. It's very gratifying to us, and I'm happy to see with everyone we chart out their bone densities. We can see some nice gains in the spine. The hip is nice and stable, even gaining a bit. And remember, the average woman tends to lose bone at least 0.5% a year or 1%. So this is very excellent. And most, I'm gratified that you're feeling so well. So what's your advice to other women who may be giving a diagnosis of osteoporosis or told that they should take a bone drug? I don't think everyone's going to sneak out of the doctor's office, but what's your advice?
My advice is, one, to listen to your inner intuition. Yeah. It will never steer you wrong. Mm-hmm. When we don't listen to it, we want to like kick ourselves in the tush. Yeah. Like, oh, I should have. So listen to your intuition, never give up, and really work out of your comfort zone, work beyond what other people expect, and find your path. Find the people that can truly help you, and never give up. Even when, trust me, I crawled.
Yeah.
Now I move furniture bigger than me, boxes heavier than me. My brain is functioning. I'm working again because I never gave up. I listened to that little voice inside of me. I found that inner light, and I still don't lose sight of it. And I'm grateful every day for all the people that have helped me along this journey. And I can't wait to celebrate you to the world.
So just tell, so what do you think the biggest benefit was from the Better Bones program? It was give us some highlights of how we helped you.
Well, it was like light bulbs went off in my head when you said, Charisse, you point blank asked me, Charisse, did you do this? No. Why is that important? Did you do this? No. So you really showed me and taught me what I didn't know that I needed to know to be able to understand the importance of doing what I was doing, because it's a huge investment. Investment of time, investment of money, investment of belief.
Right.
And I have all three, and I still do, and I still do everything you've asked me to do. And I still think, do I need to follow up with Dr. Brown? Do I need to check this? And
Yeah.
whenever that question, whenever you have that question, go to the people, go to the person that empowers you.
Yeah.
And you've helped me tremendously. So that's what I would say to
That's
all
really,
women.
and thanks a lot, Charisse. That is so helpful to work on the consistency, to work on the diligence, just to follow through and to, yeah, you've done a great job. You've done a great job, and I congratulate you for regaining your health back. And hope everyone jumps on board, or at least a number, and say, look, I know that I have the capacity to regenerate health. Charisse now has finished a book. I don't have it right here, but a wonderful book on how to show us your book, Charisse, how to avoid how to organize your space. I can't see. Let's see. Okay.
Yeah, sorry about my background, everyone. I can't remove it.
What's the title of the book there?
It's Eco-Conscious Home.
Eco-Conscious. It's a very detailed book. Every single room of the house, she helps you organize. She's a wonderful designer, interior designer, and you'll enjoy that book. And we certainly, she's taken her own life. She's cleaned up every room in her physical body, and she's doing really well. Thanks, Charisse. Thanks for sharing with us.
Oh, thank you. Blessings to you always. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.